What do you have to, say covering, music? A lot of people still interested in music in a lot of ways and trying to break into it.
Well, I got into the music game back in like '98. The first album, one of the first albums I did an album with Too Short. It was called Chase the Cat. And at that time, CDs was like $16 a piece.
Yeah.
The music business was booming. But I would talk to a lot of the artists in those days, and I would find out that most of the artists was actually getting beat. They'd get like 15 cents a record, but they have a 50% production deal, which means they would shoot $1 million videos, but they was only getting 15 cents a record. But the production deal means that they had to pay 50% of the production of the album and the production of the video. So if the video cost $1 million, then they would have to pay $500,000, but they only getting 15%. So how many records would they have to sell in order to recoup the money from the video? They wouldn't shoot one video, they were shooting several videos. So a lot of artists were signing bad deals and they were going into the hole. So they got a 10 record or 7 record, which is the average. 5 records, is probably what the record they would sell. They get a 5 record deal, 5 records. They sign a 5 record deal, they got to do 5 records, but they going in the hole. So a lot of the artists went in the hole, but it was guys like Chamillionaire who kind of changed the game. When Chamillionaire, signed the deal and Universal slept on him and they let him sign his own ringtones and he made all those monies, that millions and millions of dollars off the ringtone game.
Yeah.
That's when they started looking at music differently. Then, you had the music streaming. So music started being streamed. And then once, you got Pandora, you got Spotify, you got Tidal, Apple, and all these people came into the game. It changed the whole game.
Yeah.
So music began to dwindle and the sales of music stopped popping. It wasn't popping no more. So when people used to sell 2-3 million, now you got people like 50 Cent only selling, Animal Ambition, 150,000 copies debuting. Kendrick Lamar, 15,000. Drake and Wayne was the only ones who were still popping in the music business. So, what happened to the music business? Okay, well, the music business, as it originally was orchestrated, it's still the same. It's still the same.
Yeah.
The only thing about the music business is that, artists do what they call 360 deals now. A 360 deal basically means that you 50-50 across the board with the label. 50% of your commercials, 50% of your shows, 50% of whatever. You got a 50-50 deal. What the record labels call a 360 deal. Now, before, the record label wasn't concerned with, the touring. Because, that was the artist's money. That's how artists made money, off of touring. So now, because the record sales that went down, they want a portion of that. That's why a lot of deals is made 360. But you see guys like Young Dolph, you see guys like, Gucci Man, and so on and so forth. A lot of these guys, and Soulja Boy, a lot of these guys are independent. And the reason why they're independent is the reason for because of publishing. And what people got to understand is that publishing is what the mob used to kill a lot of people for back in the days. When you hear all those artists in the days ODing and all of them having drug habits or they getting in car accidents, it's because the mob wanted their publishing. Publishing is a very important part of the music business. What people don't understand is that whenever you create a song, you own a percentage of that song based on the Constitution. The Constitution says that a person who makes a song or make a part of that song, he owns a part of that song. Like, for example, if I do a song or you do a song with an artist, it's you and Little John. Little John owns 50% of the composition. You own 50% of the composition. Then the producer owns 50% of the song. So you break it down. It's 10 cents a song. He'll get 5%. You and Lil Jon get 2.5%. But that's on every song. So if that song sells 20 million, they owe you 2.5% per song.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how people make money in the music business. That's why a lot of record labels try to get you to sell your publishing, because publishing is forever.
Yeah.
Now, give you another example about publishing. Not only do you get money from the record, but you get what they call synchronizing money. You know what I'm saying? That's when they put your commercial in a video game, or they put your music in a video game. They put your music in the TV, or like when you see a commercial, you watch it CNN.
Yeah.
And these people, they play your music. You get paid for that. You also get paid whenever the music is sampled. Like, for example, when Eric Sermon did that song, I Need Music.
Yeah.
That was a Marvin Gaye sample. He had to give the estate $150,000. Plus, they get money from the publishing. So when he did that song, Marvin Gaye's ex-wife gave him 35% of the publishing. So 35% of the publishing, that means that wherever that song is played, if it's sampled overseas or whatever, however many times that song is sampled, they get paid. Like that song 50 Cent did, I Get Money. That sample alone was sampled over 100 times. That guy did that song way back in the 70s or the 80s. He done made millions of dollars. Sir Mix-a-Lot, he owned his publishing on, Baby Got Back.
Mm-hmm.
Nicki Minaj just redid that. Even though he did that song back in the 80s, he still get paid. They had to pay him, first of all, to sample it, and then whatever performance rights they get, they make money off of it.
Yeah.
Now it's called, what they call is a PRS. That's a Performance Rights Society. What they do is they collect your money. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, and then they register to what they call a MCP. You know what I'm saying? A MCP. So what they do is that's like a Mechanical Copyright Protection Society. MCPS. And what they do is they go and they find out where the music is played.
Yeah.
And then the other one is when they sync your music. That's through movie, film, TV, games, and apps. So if you are an artist in the 21st century in 2016, you want to own your own publishing.
Yeah.
This is where the game is at. Back in the day, brothers wanted to get on. They signed deals. They want to get out. They want to get hot. They want to show. They would sign a what I would call a BS deal. Where they only get 15 cents a record, and they had to pay 50% of the production. Now the game has changed. So it's even smart. That if you have music, you want to be independent. You want to put as much music out as you can, because the more music you get out there, it get played on radio, get played here and played there, and it gets streamed.
Yeah.
The more money you're going to receive from your publishing. So publishing is very important. You want to get your mechanical rights. You want to get your producer rights, and then you want to get you're a writer, so you want to get the rights of a writer. So anytime if you're in a studio, people don't even notice, and your man is rapping, you say yeah. And he starts saying, yeah. Well, you own the right, you own a percentage of that song.
Okay.
If he used that yeah, you own a percentage of that song. If you help him write the song, you own a percentage of that song. And people don't look at it like it's a big thing, but it's over $1 billion that's in copyright right now.
So let's do an example. Like, okay, say the Fast and the Furious 9 or 10 or whatever movie they come out with. Say there's a scene in there right now that somebody's sitting in the scene, they're listening to the Art of Human Chess. In that little brief moment of the scene, maybe the scenes
you get paid.
Yeah. Okay.
Anytime your music is played anywhere, jukebox or anything, you get paid. Now, see what a lot of artists don't understand, and they don't realize why people be trying to buy their publishing, is because these checks that you think ain't nothing, they end up being millions and millions of dollars. Why do you think Michael Jackson bought Paul McCartney's masters? Because the reason why he bought the masters is because the masters he bought for $42 million, but the publishing on it probably was $1 billion or more.
Yeah.
So what Michael was responsible for issuing out, publishing the money. So, but if people did songs that are dead, that did songs with Paul McCartney, then if they estate don't claim the money, what happens is they put the money in copyright control, which means that it's in a bank or in a trust fund that can't be touched at that particular time. So the money is in a trust fund. So what happens is the money accumulate interest. So Michael Jackson was constantly accumulating interest off of those masters. Now Sony has since bought the masters back.
Yeah.
But if you look at the Jay-Z deal with the Prince situation, when Prince died, Jay-Z tried to buy the unreleased recording from the Prince estate.
Yeah.
They told him 30,000. Jay-Z offered for 30 million. Jay-Z offered 40 million, and they told him no because now it's a bidding war for those recordings because they know that the publishing is worth more than the actual recording.
more than that what he's trying to offer.
Because think about it. If you sell 1,000 records, you get 10 cents a record. You understand what I'm saying? As an artist, that record is worth 10 cents. Now, if it's over 5 minutes, it's worth like 99 cents. So if an album go platinum and this is a song on there, and the song is over 5 minutes, it's 5.2 minutes, then it's $1 an album, so you make $1 million off of that. But that's not even including, if somebody sample. Like, for example, me, myself, I'm on a bunch of songs, right?
Yeah.
Even though I'm just doing the intro on those songs, if those songs is sampled or if they use it for a commercial or whatever, they still have to pay me because I own a percentage of that song.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So when they go and they do the clearance, if they can't find me, for example, and they get in contact with TVT or they get in contact with Universal or Jive Records will say, well, we can't find Ken, so they'll put me up under no society, meaning, no BMI, no ASCAP, or no CSAC. So they clear the song.
Okay.
5 years from now, I go and see that the song is cleared. They got to put my money in the trust fund, in the copyright control, and I can go collect that money anytime I get ready. Now, say, for example, if they changed the music to what Lil Jon did with the album that we did, if they changed it to techno music, if it become techno music and they start speeding the beat up, they still have to pay you for using that song. You're still on the original song.
Yeah.
No matter what they do with that song, you're on that original song, so they have to pay you, money for using that song. Anybody that's a part of that song owns a portion of that song, and it goes to the publishing. You know what I'm saying? And what a publishing company is, it's a collection agency. They got ways of finding out who played that song. Now it's over 10,000, man, it's about 10,000 outlets of music. So imagine somebody like Lil Wayne on the Carter. That album did like 9 million. Can you imagine the publishing on that? Can you imagine what Cash Money publishing look like? Because what people don't understand is that we talk about the United States publishing, but the money is overseas. They play our music in China, play our music in Africa, and you get paid for that.
Yeah.
And they track this music down. They got, ways of tracking this music down and finding out, how you're going to get your performance and your mechanical and your royalties from all this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why you never want to, if you know somebody, if you make beats, you want to get an album to Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to register yourself. You can register yourself a CD baby too. You register yourself for one of these societies, and then once you register yourself, when the money come in, you could go and you could collect that money. They usually send it quarterly, but you know what I'm saying, if you sign with one of these societies, they will send you money. Like say for instance, if you have a record to go ham over in Dubai somewhere, and 10 million people buy it, they owe you. You get 2.5%, or either 5%, or if you own the whole song, 10% of that song. And if it's over 5 minutes, you get more than that. You get $1 a song. Plus you get anytime the song is sampled, anytime the song is played on the radio. When you hear all those spins on the radio, you're like, man. Like for example, I've been getting money way before the deal. Lucci publishing check got to be really decent because that song is in rotation. So you know what I'm saying? If he did, if he made the right deals and he didn't sign away his publishing, and he could publish and he got a percentage of the song, he might be getting a check at the end of the year for about 70-80 bands or more. And if it gets sampled all over the world, you could get millions. I mean, look. the songs that they sampled, that Jay-Z was sampling back, one lady song he sampled, she did the song back in the 70s, but she ended up making $3 million off of publishing when Jay-Z remixed the song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it just, once he remixed it, everybody else remixed it. You know what I'm saying? It just started going, crazy. Because, for example, the Isley Brothers, with Biggie, you know what I'm saying? Biggie, give me one more chance. I don't know which song it was, but I know him and the Dame. What's that little girl that used to go with Nelly? What was that little chick name? The R&B chick?
Ashante.
Ashante, yeah. She remixed the song too. So you think about that.
Or I look back to, back when MC Hammer was popping, and one of the reporters asked him, what do you think about Hammer using your music, Rick James? He said, I love it. I get a check every time that song, that one of his songs is played from my music back in the day.
Absolutely. See, man, it's people, man. For example, Sir Mix-a-Lot, man, it's people that's living off of publishing. So what I got to say to the young artists, man, is make sure, don't make the mistakes that most of us make. Make sure you own your publishing. Make sure you learn about publishing. Make sure you sign with a society, and make sure that society have your best interest at hand. And what they call in the music business, that they do their due diligence, where they find out exactly where the music was played and so on and so forth.
Too cool to come 24/7.